After the Chicago Bears lost to the Denver Broncos yesterday, they now own the number 1 and number 2 overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. The number 1 overall pick is actually owned by the Chicago Bears, and the number 2 overall pick is owned by the Carolina Panthers that they traded to the Chicago Bears when we swapped picks along with getting DJ Moore last year in the offseason. If we were to draft to start today, we're going to discuss what we would do with those picks. Hello, welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Brody, joined alongside my good friend and co-host, Tony Sapita. Tony, are you even excited that we are in this spot again? Like, is it more of an embarrassing thing, or are you actually happy about this situation so far?
So right now, as of this recording, I am not excited because this was supposed to be a competent year. Instead, the Bears have been committing just gross negligence. Honestly, I want to sue the Bears on behalf of the entire fan base. However, I know as soon as the Super Bowl ends, I'm going to be like, we have the first 2 picks. Super Bowl next year, we're going to win it all.
You always use really big words when you're explaining these situations, and it makes us sound way smarter than we really are, but we're not really that smart. What would be a smart move by Ryan Poles? Does he tell the team to win out, or does he tell the team actually to stick with these 1 and 2 picks?
I think we still have to figure out.
With the Matt Eberflus situation.
Yes, I think we still had to figure out whether Justin Fields is going to be our quarterback next year, which, Nick, I know you talked about the postgame. He was great, obviously, but we got to play to win. We're going to lose. So, I mean, it's just kind of like, we're going to keep trying, but we're going to lose anyway. So it'll all work itself out, I'm sure. If we end up getting the 7th pick because we win a couple of games, I guess that's life, as long as the Panthers keep losing.
That's fine. Hey, maybe the Panthers get the number 1 overall pick and we still get it somehow. And we move back a little bit in the chart just to look respectful. Like the Lions, who started 1 and 6 last year and ended 9 and 8. You never know. Matt Eberflus is not the guy, though. Anyway, before we begin this episode, please make sure to hit the like button on this video. Put your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button with notifications to stay updated to all Chicago Bears news. So, Tony, first topic, are you keeping or are you trading back either of the picks?
Great question. I don't hate trading it, but I do think we should keep the top 2 picks. Unless you get it like a king's ransom, like Nicky, I know you're about to talk about trading picks. I think you got to take the guys will improve your team right now. We're just stuck in a rut. We can't be messing around with this acquiring draft picks, in my opinion, unless, again, something amazing presents itself.
And Tony kind of was alluding to it, but I am trading the number 1 overall pick back because Caleb Williams is likely going to be that pick. I'm sticking with Justin Fields. After yesterday, I'm on a Justin Fields high right now, like everybody else is, but it shows that what he can do as an NFL quarterback. I honestly think he flicked Luke Getsy the bird yesterday, and he was forced at the end to run that terrible job, but we're not going to talk about that. But I am trading the number 1 overall pick back and sending the 132nd pick from the Eagles that we got this past offseason. And it's going to be that team that needs a quarterback. Who needs a quarterback? I'm looking in the top 10, and there are multiple teams that do need one. And the one that I am trading with that I think the Bears get the most bang for their buck, even though they're a little bit farther back in the top 10, is the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals own the number 9 and number 13 overall picks. I'm sending the 1st and 132 to them for those 2. They want Caleb Williams. They know that he will take them over the top. Kyler Murray is not working out in Arizona. They want a fresh start. So now, before we get into our picks, I have the number 2, and I'm keeping the number 2. I have the number 2, the number 9, and the number 13 overall picks. Tony, I mean, that's a pipe dream, but if it happens, I would love it.
Absolutely. I kept, again, the 1st and 2nd. So with my first pick, again, you said you believe in Fields. I also believe in Fields right now as of, 1 day after watching him against the Broncos. So right now, it's not going to be Caleb Williams. We've been kicking and screaming about the protection all season long. Last year, every year we do this. So I'm taking, and I'm going to totally nail this name, I don't even know. Fashanu. His last name's Fashanu. I know.
Wait. Pause. No, I don't know. But you just took the curse away from me, and Ron's going to comment on this, saying Tony's now the one messing up names. So no, I don't know the name, but good try. The guy from Penn State.
Yes, the 6'6", 320-pound offensive tackle out of Penn State. I know some people have been pretending that Braxton Jones is good because of ESPN's flawed metrics, but he infuriates me, so I don't know what they're going to do with him in the offseason, but I want Olu. That's what they've called him, I think. That's his nickname. He's a beast. We need a blindside tackle that will for sure protect Justin Fields, or whoever ends up being the quarterback. That's who I would take with the first pick.
And I don't disagree with that pick. I think it's a great pick. I mean, number one overall, you've had left tackles go there. You need the best guy to be on the field as your blind side for your quarterback. I agree. Maybe move Braxton Jones to a different position. Cody Whitehair and Lucas Patrick probably won't be here next year. So there are 2 other openings that he can go to. So what I'm going to do is my first pick is the number 2 overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft. And I am taking Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver from The Ohio State University. 6'4", 205 pounds, 4.3 40 time, 39-inch vertical jump. Just a beast on the field and will be a huge game for the wide receiver room. Mentored by DJ Moore as well, and having that Justin Fields OSU connection, that offense could be dangerous. Tony, I know it sounds similar, but who are you taking with your next pick?
Yeah, so again, if we have 1-2, that second pick has to be, like Nick said, Marvin Harrison Jr. I know Nick just went into it. So Claypool, he's not going to play another snap for the Bears. I think we've figured that out. Even though the Bears are trying not to say it, he's not going to play another snap for the Bears. He stinks. We need a young generational playmaker. We need him. That's the best way you could put it. Nick said it already. We need him.
I mean, like, we need a big body receiver. Equanimeous St. Brown did a great job filling in for Claypool, but the Claypool experiment did not work out for the Chicago Bears. And honestly, I'm okay with that because the more I hear about the situation, I guess people have just been babying him his whole career. I don't know. And this is the guy that Tony and I, in the middle of the workday, I'm on a run. Tony's like at work, and we like found a way to live stream this thing. Tony was at his old job, by the way, so not his new job. We don't do that anymore. But yes, so anyway, going back to now the number 9 overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft, my second pick that I got in my trade back, I am taking Joe Alt, offensive lineman from Notre Dame. Tony is probably going to want to punch me through the screen for saying that. But 6'8", 315 pounds. Alt is a human cheat code and a massive body for Justin Fields to be protected on the blind side. Like Tony was saying, I agree with him. We need to address the trenches. He's the top pass blocking left tackle and run blocking left tackle ability, according to NFLDraftBuzz.com at the moment. With a weaker offensive line, he would be a huge upgrade. You know, Braxton Jones, who was drafted as a tackle, maybe could be moved inside once Cody Whitehair and Lucas Patrick are both gone. You never know. Or maybe even move him to center. I mean, it's been happening before. We're not bringing Sam Mustipher back. I don't care what people say. But you need to take the best talent and the best talent for the team. And Alt is a big, slim lineman that fits Poles' overall resume for an offensive lineman.
Yeah, I think that's great. It was between him and Olu. That's what I'm going to go with, Olu. Between him and your guy that you just said right there, Joe Alt. So I love it.
I mean, 6'8" doesn't get much bigger than that. He's going to make Darnell Wright look small. That's kind of a little creepy.
And we know Notre Dame linemen turn out too. So it's, Quentin Nelson. Like that was one example, I guess, but we know they turn out.
You know who also was a Notre Dame lineman though, right?
Sam Mustipher, baby.
And he's the number 2 center in the NFL right now.
He's been awesome since he left the Bears, yeah.
It's a Bears curse, man. I don't know what it is. But, now that I have another pick, and Tony's going to act like he has the pick as well, with my third pick, number 13, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to address the trenches. And with the 13th overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft from the Arizona Cardinals, I am taking Dallas Turner, edge from Alabama. The 6'4", 245-pound edge is strong and fast and a huge upgrade on the defensive line to get pressure on the quarterback if used properly. So far this year, he has 22 total tackles, 5.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles for Alabama. And he learned from Will Anderson Jr. the last couple of years. Could be the second coming of him. Tony, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that is absolutely the right pick for going defense. He's been a beast. Anyone that's been watching college football can tell you that for sure. So that's a great pick. I will also be sticking with the trenches, but back on the offensive side because that's our biggest hole, at least on offense, is offensive line. I would be taking Graham Barton, 6'4", 300 pound. He's listed as a general offensive lineman. He goes to Duke right now. He can play all 5 positions on the line, but in this scenario, this world, I would have him playing guard. He does a nice job working with teammates to build the pocket, anchoring against bull rushers, and displaying good awareness against stunts and twists. That was the big thing that stood out to me. If you've watched any of the offensive film this year, you've noticed that our offensive line has never seen a stunt or a twist or anything besides a straight bull rush, which we can't even stop either. So it'd be quite helpful to have someone who has any sort of awareness whatsoever.
And I think we talked about Barton last year if he did enter the draft. And I don't think he did. He's having a great year again this year. So, I guess we just saw the future. But overall, I think that, I know it's an early conversation right now to be talking about draft picks. So the Bears are 0-4, and a lot of people are talking about it. Why not look to the future just in case? But Thursday night against the Washington Commanders, things might get turned around, but we don't know that for sure yet. So, Tony, any more comments you want to make before we close out?
Yeah, just to reiterate what you said about it does feel early, maybe talking about the draft. How often do you potentially have the 1 and 2 pick? At least the 1 pick seemingly pretty secured. We have like a 54% chance because the Panthers are even worse than us somehow. I guess we'll find out in about a month when we play them. But I totally agree with you. It's draft time, baby.
I don't think it's ever happened that anyone's had the 1 and 2 overall picks.
No chance.
I don't know if that's a flex, but also it is kind of a flex because Paul saw that, we get DJ Moore that made it better. We got more picks and we still got 1 and 2. So anyway, but yes, those are our thoughts. Put your thoughts in the comment section below. But with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rhodey, joining alongside my good friend and co-host Tony Cepeda, and we will see you guys.